Yo, what is going on, guys? I'm coming back to you from the bunker, and once again I got my hat in hand. We're looking for 2,000 likes on this video. Yo, I deserve these likes, man. My favorite gun just got nerfed, okay? Think of these as commiseration likes, okay? I'm down bad. These likes get me up. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that sounded wrong, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about. It's the Chaperone. It got nerfed. You want to know what it's looking like, and as you can see there, 140 to the head from a distance that would usually kill. Yes, things have changed quite a little bit, but they're not quite as drastic a change as you might imagine. Chaperone is still incredibly powerful, but to get into the ins and outs of it, from what I could tell in my private match testing, which wasn't particularly thorough because I was testing a bunch of different things, we quickly did a Chaperone test. I can give you the numbers here up on your screen. The new base range is around 11.5, 12 meters. It's somewhere in there. Sometimes I'd be at 12 meters and it would kill, other times it wouldn't. And the roadborne range is basically what the base range used to be, so it's around 13 meters. So how can I explain this? It's like Chaperone has taken Duality's old base range as its base range now, and roadborne gives you Chaperone's previous base range. So you're looking at no further than 13 meters now. You're not going to be getting mapped from 14.5, 15, 16 meters like you could back in the day. Chaperone has been nerfed a little bit, and I think it will be a good nerf. When you get that snipe death from ridiculously far away, that still can happen, as you can see, but there's a limit to how far it can go now. And I also think the decrease in range is probably going to affect the aim assist on the weapon and the accuracy for some players. I'm going to be honest, I didn't notice a single difference, but then again, I've been using Chaperone since Destiny 1, and in Destiny 1 the weapon had barely any range compared to what it's had throughout all of D2. So no matter what they do to Chaperone, I'm fairly confident in my own ability to adapt to the changes and still perform very well. That being said, it's not particularly difficult to adapt to these changes. It's literally 1.5 meters off the gun, and other than that, to me at least, it feels exactly the same. Body shot damage is the same. Everything just seems the same to me. Now, what I wanted to touch on is why it's important not to nerf it too much, and why people get really heated when you ever bring up the word nerf. For example, I did a video today on the new Titan exotic helmet. By the way, go check it out if you haven't. It's an absolute must watch. Absolutely insane exotic. The exotic does some crazy things. So I spoke about how a nerf is almost inevitable, and people get very mad at me for just saying that, right? And the thing is, what people don't understand with nerfing guns in this game is there's different, like, certain dynamics in the game. So you have fusion rifles, which are really strong right now. Main ingredient, for example, it's a very powerful weapon, right? And Chaperone kind of is the counterbalance to main ingredient. And before Chaperone needed a nerf, buckshot shotguns were the counterbalance to Chaperone, right? But then as soon as you nerf those buckshot shotguns down, that means Chaperone also needs a nerf, because that balance is no longer there. And it's not about the game being an esport or anything like that. It's not what this is. When people talk about nerfs and balancing things, it's about making the game as fun as possible. It's not fun if buckshot shotguns kill at 5 meters and Chaperone kills at 15. It just doesn't really make sense. And I know in real life shotguns kill from very far away, but this isn't real life, my friends. This is a space shooter. So what I'm trying to say is, it's a good thing that Chaperone didn't get nerfed too much, because precision frame fusion rifles are extremely powerful right now. And without Chaperone there, I promise you, if there wasn't something like Chappy in the game, you would be seeing so many more main ingredients than you already do, you know? And like this guy, he thinks I'm not looking at him, but boom, I'm looking at all the weapons, my friends. You know, we're out here considering everything. Chaperone still feels amazing. Look at that. That's a snipe, isn't it? It still snipes people at 12 meters. It's very far. It's not 13.5, but it's 12. You know, it's very good. Roadborne gives you so many other benefits beyond just range. It gives you increased handling, gives you increased rate of fire, it gives you increased overall accuracy, not just range. So there's so many things going for the gun. Now a little nerf like this isn't going to be really enough to stop the Chaperone. But I think in the current sandbox, it's important that Chaperone keeps a certain level of lethality, because without it, the main ingredient will run wild. Just like buckshot shotguns, ran wild for a long time. And this is the thing to consider. Chaperone has been the way it is since Forsaken, pretty much. Very, very high range weapon. But for 2, 3, maybe 4 years, no one complained about Chaperone that much. Because like I said, buckshot shotguns had more range and they kind of kept each other in check, right? You couldn't just run around with Chaperone willy-nilly because you could get mapped by a Mindbender's Ambition or a Dustrock Blues or wherever it might be. And that balance was good because it meant, if you're going to use a slug shotgun, you better be aware of your CQC distances, because if you're not, then you'll get absolutely smacked by a buckshot. But now with buckshots hitting at 5 meters, that consideration is completely gone from your gameplay. Now with this little nerf, I don't believe anything is going to change with that dynamic between regular shotguns and slug shotguns. I think it's just the same. Slug shotties are still way ahead, but I think it's important to keep them at this level because fusion rifles are very, very powerful and they are hit scan weapons in Destiny 2, which means you can't do simple things to counter them like using cover. Oftentimes the game will register your character model outside of cover on the other player's screen, even though you're in cover on your own screen, and then you get blasted through the wall. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? You all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, to sum up, Chaperone still feels absolutely superb. It's important that it does feel good and powerful because certain weapons keep other weapons in check. That's just the way the Crucible works. It's not like I want to nerf everything. It's not like I want this game to be an esport or anything like that. It's just basic science, my friends. It's like it's an ecosystem. It's like how the Predator keeps all the herbivores in check, right? So there's not too many of them. Same kind of thing, guys. Same kind of thing. Getting Nat Geo wild on you. I got wild on that guy too with that range. My god. So yeah, if you're a Chaperone Charlie, fret not. This thing's still nasty. And if you were getting really annoyed by getting mapped by it, well, continue to fret because you're probably still going to get mapped by it. Just like a meter or so less. But again, 13 meters, 12 meters, 11 meters, 10 meters. What's the difference, eh? Very, very far. You got to factor in as well, if Chaperone has a range of 11.5, 12 meters, you're also going to slide before you shoot a lot of the times. And you can slide a couple of meters, So there's different things to factor in here. Your movement almost gives you more range depending on how you play it, right? So it's not as bad as you might think. Chappie's still a beast. And, I'm still going to be rolling people with it. Although I am looking forward to trying out a bunch of new guns with which queens has come, and I've been having so much fun with the glaive. I did a video on the glaive yesterday, but by far that's the favorite thing for me so far in this DLC. I don't know, they're just really satisfying to use. I've absolutely been enjoying them a lot. So the glaives are my favorite thing about Witch Queen. What's your favorite thing about Witch Queen? Let me know in the comment section. What do you think about this Chappie nerf, and what do you think about my thoughts on it? Let me know in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.